A worried pensioner says he is being forced to sleep with a duvet over his face because of a mystery white powder in his home. Colin Moulson, 76, claimed the strange dust, which he says forms on his surfaces, has left him having to polish his flat almost every day and is now desperate to leave. Tests have proved the substance is not asbestos or anything else hazardous, but Mr. Moulson is convinced his bronchitis has deteriorated as a result. The former dock worker and bus driver has raised the issue with Shoreline Housing, who manage the property, but he fears his concerns are not being taken seriously enough. The 76-year-old, who has lived alone at the terraced home for the past 2.5 years, said he is desperate to leave the property if the mysterious dust cannot be explained, the Grimsby Telegraph report. "I noticed it from day one when I moved in," he said. "I thought it was coming from a massive hole in my airing cupboard, but that got filled in with expanding foam and I'm still getting this powder everywhere. I'm breathing this in every day and it's not doing me any good. I'm coughing a lot more and I can feel it on my chest a lot more than I normally would. No one seems to want to know. They say it is my fault and that it's talcum powder, but I'm not going around throwing that everywhere." Mr. Moulson moved into the property in New Waltham, Links, after suffering a number of nasty falls at his former home. He was later diagnosed with vertigo. As part of efforts to get the dust situation resolved, Mr. Moulson invited local ward councillors into his home to see the problem for themselves. Environmental health officers also came to take swabs. They confirmed the dust is not the potentially deadly substance asbestos, but Mr. Moulson is still none the wiser as to what the white powder, which covers everything from his TV stand to his kitchen worktop, actually is. And he said the dust is even proving a problem for his neighbor. "It's always on my mind. I get out of this house as much as I can because I don't want to stay in here," he said. "I sleep with my head under the duvet because I don't want to breathe it in. It's thick in my neighbor's home because he is disabled and he can't get around as easily to clean it. It's definitely not household dust." A spokeswoman for Shoreline Housing said investigations had been conducted into the substance at Mr. Moulson's flat and independent laboratory testing, which included testing for asbestos, confirmed that dust particles detected in the property are not hazardous to health. They added that Mr. Moulson has been given help and advice about using Home Choice Links, the choice-based letting system through which properties are let, to see what properties may be available to him.